everybody, it's Amiga Rob here, and I hate Python. I hate Python so much. I've spent 2 weeks trying to get my head around this abysmal programming language, scripting language, whatever it is. It is absolutely atrocious. I can't understand. I think it's brought into sharp focus how much I hate the way computing has gone, how much I hate how things are not simple, not straightforward, not consistent potentially, and maybe I've got this completely wrong, but the fact is, after 2 weeks of trying to get my head around Python, I'm getting nowhere because nothing's consistent. Everything's a mess. It's like mad people have been allowed to develop this system. I have been trying to write a piece of code just to get my head around it. All I want it to do is fix, because I think when you're trying to learn something, you should have a practical problem to fix. And actually, let me get the chat going here. What's this browser? Push that on. So I think when you have a pragmatic, when you're trying to learn something, you should have a problem that you want to fix. I have a problem that I want to fix, which is that this computer I'm on at the minute, where I am at the minute, the internet connection keeps dropping off. So I want to have my computer automatically reconnect to the internet. And to do that, I just want to do a couple of things. And one of those things is to check that the internet connection is working. That there is, and how that is done. I don't really care. I mean, ideally it would just be, is there an active connection? And so far, the suggestions I've seen looking around on Python is to check check what the local gateway is. I think it wants you to check because apparently it will revert to 127.0.0.1 if there's no internet connection. Localhost will. I've also seen to just check a URL, and I've also seen to just probe a URL and see if you get timeout. There's all different ways of doing it, and I'm sure they all work. I'm sure there's ways to get them working, but this language doesn't follow any logic, and it does the most ridiculously annoying things that, for me, are basically a great example of why we have a lot of bad people in software development, people that aren't fit for software development, aren't very human in their way, and why we get applications. And I could name an application that's driven me mad for about 15 years, it's just thrown this all into sharp relief how we encourage people who don't think in a user-friendly way to get into development. And this is one of the things when you are doing an if or a while or a try statement. I still can't quite get my head around what a try statement is. Instead of having a clear end statement to that, in Python you put 4 spaces or an indent to show that there's no, and then, I mean, here we're in Visual Studio and it puts a line to show you where the passage is, but there's no option even, like, okay, it's fine, you can do it that way. There's no option even to put to have an end statement or something like that makes it a little bit more readable. So the first thing I want is to check for URL, and the one thing I've cracked is actually connecting. So the idea is I want this application to check that there is oh, there we go. Hattie's daughter has studied Python for a computer science GCSE. Well, I hope she can get her head around it because I think it is an absolutely crap piece of software. I really hate it. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I despise it. It is crap. 2 weeks I've spent trying to get my head around this, trying to apply any kind of logic and there isn't any logic. It's just demented nerdery, black art crap. It just annoys me. Um, But yeah, I wanted to check that there is an internet connection. Hello, Hattie, by the way. I want to check that the thing's connected. If it is connected, I want it to loop around and check again and keep checking every couple of seconds until it sees the connection drop. There you go. Right. She found it quite annoying at times. Yeah, I mean, I can't tell you how annoying this is for me. It is excruciating. This is the worst. So this is the problem I'm getting to here. So I want it to check. I can get it to connect. This is the third thing. So I want it, if it's not connected to the internet, I want it to reconnect it to the internet in the background quietly, no fuss. I've done that. I actually figured out how to do that. And that is done. And it wasn't that complicated because I'm actually doing it with a call to a DOS command. So it's just pulling a DOS command to do it the way I would do it as a normal engineer if I was doing it manually. Um, so that's straightforward. I can do that, and there's a couple of ways to do it, and it works. That's fine. What I can't do, cannot get to work, will not get to work, is a real simple if this equals that, because it handles strings so badly. It, it, here we go, demented. No, it is, Hattie. It's driving me mad. Oh, hello. Right, here comes Graham. Right, Graham knows his stuff. Significant white space. Blocks defined. Ah, here we go. Yeah, right. This is it. This is it. Significant white space. Now, Graham is. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you, Hattie. Graham is one of the top web developing coding people on this planet. Ruby instead. Well, the thing is, Graham is a serious. Graham career was founded in the Amiga. He started with the Amiga and has got himself in very good places. Uh, Look at Ruby. Yeah. Well, somebody said to me I need to learn Python so that I'm in a better position for my job. And I'm on a few weeks of unplanned holiday at the minute, so I thought I should be doing something like that. Um, but it's ridiculous. This like basically, if you were flicking through this code, I mean, look, I don't even like there. It's put the little line in. There, it hasn't put the line in. So what use is that? It's of no use to man nor beast. No use whatsoever. Um, this is so. This is the thing that's getting me. I want it to check. I want it to go check if there's a connection. Then I want it to, if there is no connection, I then want it to connect. And then I want to do the third thing, which seems like a near impossibility. I want it to go back to the beginning and do it again and keep doing it forever. And apparently, it's you're asking a lot there. You're asking a lot to loop something around. It's it's akin to you know asking for the moon on a stick. Why is it? And then you start reading all this. What is all this? I've just noticed is any CPU shite. What is this? Is this going to tell me it can compile it for every different CPU? All this, you know. I mean, for starters, Visual Studio, you're talking a 20 gig install. I know there's other development engines or whatever it's called available, but so I've been basically for 2 weeks randomly. Oh, hang on, is that fake near? Uh, I can't even see my own chat. Yeah, restore chat. Yes, fake near. Hello, fake near. Um, what can I say? What can I say? You need a loop with a time dot sleep. Right, time dot sleep. Right. Okay, I've had time dot sleep. This is how I tried to do it the first time, and then in the end I gave up. Uh, Let me comment this out. This is just something I just cut and pasted. It's utter. let's just comment this crap out. This stuff. Always crap. This is like I, I, I don't know why they have to make it so difficult. This is why we've got incomplete people developing software that can't understand things like saving the last location that you saved the file to, so you don't always get fired to the same obscure Sony folder. Sony Vegas people, which I think took them years to do, banned me from their forum before they actually addressed it. So what have we got here? Right, so I was trying to do it this way. Checks, right. So then I realized this don't work because I was trying to check something that was never going to work. I mean, they're torturing people like Hattie's daughter now. But I had a sleep thing in there. I think I might have the syntax wrong on it. Oh, right. Okay, hang on. Two, three. Is that four or is it one, two, three? No, it's only three. So that's no good. So we have to add another one in. Ah, ah, look at this shit. Uh, else, right? You have to remember. Probably shouldn't be putting that information in public there, but right. Okay. So in theory, I'm importing everything I need up here. In theory, I've got, oh, I think I've lost a variable up here somewhere. Yes, right. So this lopod equals one is something left over from an earlier attempt when I was trying to create a loop. So I just wanted to get this to work once. This is all I was trying to do. Hang on, let me just check the chat because I can't see it. Right. So all I wanted to do, I wasn't. Am I even still connected? That's going to be the beautiful part of this now. I'm going to get disconnected in the middle of all this. All I wanted to do was I set a host, then I was going to get the uh, status of when it asks, does a request on the URL. It was going to give me something and it was going to give me a consistent line. So I thought, whatever, it gives me a consistent line. I don't care what it is. I know what bad looks like and I know what good looks like. So then I checked for this line, HTTP response. It was longer originally and it got cut down more and more. And in theory, this while checks string, so this is the checks string, and then it then checks, well, this was originally in HTML. Well, it was originally just connect status was the original string. So it should check that string in there, and when it finds HTTP response, it goes, oh, it's got HTTP response on it. And I had it print a load of stuff because I was trying to figure out what was going on. Then it waits for a second, and then it goes, updates the variable again, and then it did a check number, and I was just going to see how much. I didn't get this to work once because it never found this string in here, and then else it was going to go, okay, disconnected. So now I'm going to reconnect you, and then eventually I was going to figure out how to do the loop to get it go back to the beginning. Impossible, cannot be done. Maybe, possibly. I'm sure Graham can do it, but so then I so what happens is none of this works because I discovered that this is actually doing an HTML request. So it gives you HTML, which if you feed that into a string, this check while in doesn't work because it sees HTML and says it's not text. So then you have to have something else that converts HTML to text. I don't know. I can't find the module. I don't know what it is. I saw it somewhere. I've given up on that. So that's I've seen 15 different ways of doing it. Why isn't there just one way of doing it? Why isn't there just a way that just one way? I don't know. Maybe I'm asking for the moon and the stick. Beginner friendly language. That's what we talked. Are you going ghost hunting? Says Thrillhouse. Well, look, this to me is not beginner friendly, or maybe it's not engineer friendly. I don't know because I within 3 seconds I can figure out what's going wrong with an operating system. Normally, I have a fair guess. This is all upside down, back to front, side to side. I can't tolerate this. I can't tolerate this. It's driving me up. Whoa! It's driving me mad. 2 weeks, 2 weeks. I've been trying to get my head around this. Why can't? Why is there no? Why is there no way to the loop? Why isn't there no? Like you seem to be able to define a procedure, but when you look at, but it seems like it keeps. It might. I'm not still not sure because I'm still experimenting. It seems like it might make variables unique to when you've defined a kind of procedure thing, or I don't know, subroutine, or whatever you want to call it. Um, I think this is a horrible language. It is a horrible language. Um, I know, and is it a programming language? I can't. I mean, I've seen today. I thought, oh, I know what the problem is. I know, I know what the problem is. This isn't a programming language. I've been thinking it's a scripting language. It's not a programming language. Scripting language. It's meant for copying files, installing things, doing things in the background. It's not. It's like it's Rex. It's not a. But apparently, no, it's a programming language. So, um, if this is a programming language, then I don't know what programming language is now. This is crap. Programming languages should be easy to loop things around. You should be able to shift around in points of a language of a piece of code easily. It shouldn't be all this crap. Variables shouldn't be all. Oh, it's absolute shambles. I've had enough of it. It's driving me absolutely bonkers. Um, I don't know what's friendly about this. I don't know what's friendly. There's nothing friendly about it. It's horrible. I won't want to teach this to kids. This isn't fair on Hattie's daughter. Hattie, the hat maker. You can't teach this to a hat maker's daughter. So yeah, I'm fed up with it. I'm fed up with it. I could probably write it. I could probably write it. I could probably I reckon I could even write something. I nearly said I could write it in Amos within an Amiga emulator, but I don't think I could get all the way back to get it to reconnect the internet connection. I could probably check the internet connection. Can you run a PC command from Amos? From WinUAE? Hmm, I wonder. Let me check. I think you might be able to do it. I think can you run a piece? I think you might from. I think you might be able to run on the PC some. Right, is it possible? Ah, I'm tempted to do this. There's a program called WinLaunch. Will it run command? I'm really tempted. It's on Aminet. I'm really tempted to try and run launch window apps from UAE. It's 10 years old. Can I check from Amos? Write it in assembly. I can't write assembly. I can't write assembly, blimey. I'm not like you, Graham. I can't write assembly. Um, but I could probably do it. Launch. I'll be tempted to try and do it in Amos just to prove how ridiculous this is. Because all I'd need to do is check the URL. That might be tricky. I would be tempted to do that. I mean, there's so many programs. Maybe I'm just looking. Maybe I should do it C sharp or C plus plus. I mean, I don't know anything about those languages. C sharp. I don't know what's the ones. It's C plus plus in multi paradigm. Oh, it makes you sick. C plus plus standard C plus plus. Hang on, C plus plus. Now, this isn't very interesting to watch. I'm just angry and trying to C plus plus check UI. Let's just see what the code looks like. Or check connect. Why can't you just like this is what gets me. Why isn't there in Windows just a flag somewhere? Maybe there is. Maybe like there should just be something that I can read that says if it's connected or not. I shouldn't be having to even look at a URL. I shouldn't be testing it that way. There should just be something, some like OS function that should just say, yes, I'm connected. Maybe there is. Internet, oh, hang on, here we go. Internet gets connected state function wininet.h. Why can't I use that? Oh, and this is in the documents. Okay. Oh, okay. Using this API is not recommended. Use the iNetwork list manager, get connectivity. Okay. Well, why don't they do it that way then? Why are they saying syntax? Oh, well, this looks fairly simple. Why don't I'm just going to learn C++. It looks like it's going to be a much easier way to do it. But I didn't, I mean, this is the point. I wanted to learn Python, so I tried to find something to do with it, and maybe I'm just applying the wrong scenario to it. Maybe I've got this all wrong. Maybe it's me. Possibly it's me. Maybe it's not the millions of other people that use it every day for all different things. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's I who is wrong. But I don't really know what people would use this for. I thought people use this to build programs and stuff. I mean, like one of the things I was reading was someone was trying to use they were trying to use it to read a single pin on a Pi, whether it was trips or not. And they were just saying, how do I do a loop? How do I do a loop? And there was about 10 different explanations for how to do a loop. Oh, we could do it this way or that way. And every single one seemed like a kludge. And I thought, if you're going to have a language which is kind of meant for these sort of things, and you've got code for kind of reading pins on things, why is it hard to have basic? Yes, I hate Python. OSG, you set me on this, and you know, um, I appreciate you pointing me in this direction, but this is driving me up the wall. What would your solution? I'm going to repeat what I'm trying to do. That's it. Why don't I just do it in C++? I think that's the way I should be doing it. It's going to make more sense than trying to do it in this. I don't understand what Python is. I think it is a scripting language. Try C sharp. Yeah, I could do it in C sharp or C++, and then I'll just look at the OS function, and then I can still do a straightforward Windows call. Because what I'm trying to do, I'll explain to you OSG, because I wanted to do something pragmatic. This computer keeps disconnected from the internet. I wanted it to check the internet connection. I wanted it to reconnect it. It was disconnected, and I wanted it to loop. And I can connect it. I'll just connect it all the time, whether or not it's disconnected, because I can't get it to evaluate anything. What am I trying to achieve? Well, yeah, hopefully you've just got that message. Um, You're probably looking at this code thinking, what's he on about? But I've tried so many iterations of this and got nowhere. At the minute, I have a piece of code that will just continually try and connect to the internet, or it won't continually try once because I can't get it to loop. Sounds easy. Yeah, it should be easy. I've had 2 weeks of banging my head against a brick wall. It's driving me. It is driving me absolutely bonkers. Bonkers. Why can't we check? Can we not check the OS function from? I need to check H result get connectivity, blah blah blah. Pointer to an LMN connectivity enumeration value. Right, so it's just an OK if it's connected. Why can't I just read P connectivity LMN NLM underscore connectivity? Can we not do that from Python? You maybe need to use some selenium. What's that? It's some medication, isn't it? Selenium, is that? Selenium? Yeah, that is a. Is this a code or what is it? Hang on. Automates browsers. That's it. Okay. What you do with the power is up to you. Okay, I'm looking at Selenium WebDriver IDE. If you want to create robust browser-based regression automated suites and test, scale, and distribute scripts across many environments, then you want to use the Selenium WebDriver, a collection of language-specific bindings to drive a browser the way it's meant to be driven. If you want to create quick bug reproduction scripts, create scripts to aid in automation. This is why I've never been involved in development. It's just too much for me. It's driving me bonkers. WebDriver. I mean, what does that mean? A WebDriver? Why do we? Who needs a WebDriver? And what do they need it for? Robust browser-based regression automations. I mean, talk about the whole thing's regression to me. Everything is regression. This whole. Why can't people just? Why can't they just have something that does something? There's many environments. What does browser-based regression automation suite mean? Browser-based regression automation suite test. All I want to do is get it to check overkill. You don't need any browser automation. You just need to see if you can make a network request. Ah, that's what you're referring me to that for. Yeah, but that's what I've been trying to do. But then it will return it in HTML, which you can't pass to a string. So you can't even check the string to see if it's got something that makes it look like it's connected. So you can check the status, then use Selenium to check the internet is working. Go to Google. HTML is a string. Yeah, but it doesn't. It won't accept it apparently because it can't. That's what I thought. But if I look, I'll show you. Right. If I set this, so I'm checking that the string is HTTP response. Hang on. HTTP. Yeah, I'm checking that that appears in because that appears because it throws the HTML back. If I try, let me get rid of this because this. Oh, hang on. I'm now trying to edit the wrong window. I get rid of that. Check string. It's right. So it's going to check the connection status on this. Okay. So that throws gives that string, that puts into that string this line or something like it, or a string that starts. Let me do that because I don't know if I'm about to expose my internet connection or something if I actually put the whole string, but it gives something that starts with that. So I've got it just trying to match that HTTP response thing because if it doesn't, if it's not connected, you get a load of like 15 pages of stuff that doesn't have that in. So I'm just checking the string to make sure it's got that. While check string is in connection, or while in connect status, and then this is all extraneous. I just did it just to see if I'm actually keeping these values in these variables. Um, this never works. It so it should be while that is still present, that string is present in there. It should just keep looping. Wait a second and loop, 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 loop forever until it's disconnected. If I disconnect now, of course, because I'm checking it on the machine I'm actually connected to the internet with, it will end the stream. But and if it's not connected, it's meant to do this, which will reconnect the internet via the Wi-Fi. And if I run it now, which is probably gonna might disconnect this, I'm not sure. So let's see what happens. Start that debugging. Right, it's running. Oh, hang on, I haven't got the variable sorted out here. Oh, that's because I've got this where I was actually trying to filter. I thought originally, oh, there's additional characters it can't display, so I was trying to filter them out. But no, it wasn't. It's because it's in HTML. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Build. Start debugging. Oh, this what? Here we go. Start that debugging. Disconnected. Reconnecting. It's just following the code. So it's jumping. It jumps straight to the else statement basically. So it can't find that string in the other thing, and it just jumps straight to the else statement. Hang on, hang on. Okay, you can pass anything as strings. You want to count your string. I won't even look at the body though. You can just look at the HTTP status code. It's an object, not a string, but it contains properties including the HTML text. Ah, hang on a minute. So HTTP. Oh right. So how do I get the status code out of this? Why don't I just do an API call for the status codes? Yeah, I'd be happy to do that. How do I do that? Hang on. Let me see if I can Google it. API call on Python. How to use my REST API. Start with API. Make a GET request. Oh, see, I was doing this GET shit just now. It didn't work. Getting started. Blah 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 blah. API web scraping. Why do they always put pip install? What's all this pip install bollocks? Response equals response blah blah blah. API open note. It's drive me up the fucking wall. Find a public. Okay. Hang on. Even look at the body. You can just. The HTTP. See this is an object, not a string, but it contains properties including the HTML text. Wow. But if I Full House, I don't know what I'm doing for Halloween. I've no idea. I've no idea. Um, I'll probably be if the man who went mad, trying to do, trying to learn Python. It's the people around here take Halloween far too seriously. There's people here who have got an inflatable, um, like this inflatable pumpkin thing that's up I mean, we're weeks away from Halloween. They got an inflatable pumpkin thing It's going up and down all night. Ghosts projected on the side of their house. Uh, HTTP is a string, but it contains properties including HTML text. But is it not enough? I mean, if it's putting, all I want to do, if it's putting HTTP response, HTTP response into the string, and I'm checking if that into the variable, and I'm checking if that appears in the variable, why doesn't it find it there? Why does it just say it's not there unless it's not viewing it as part of a string? I can't get my head around this. This is horrible. Such a unfriendly language. I don't know why they teach kids this. This is a terrible language to teach kids. Makes me want to drive you up the wall. This. And people do stuff. Well, now I'm going to go and find things that are written in Python, but they're all things I hate. Programs written in Python. Dropbox, Google, Time, Spotify, Reddit. These are they're not software pro. I mean, Dropbox is a software program, but list of Python software. Video games. Let's see. Battlefield 2 uses it for its add-ons. Disney's Toontown Online. These are all web. The Sims 4 uses Python. Stuff. Not heard of most of this. Cinema 4. Oh, uses it as a scripting language. Well, see, that makes sense. Blender as a scripting language. That's fine. Well, I say that. You still got to loop it, haven't you? Stupid bastard thing. So you find an OpenAI that has some good documentation. You can do a quick call to it and then use the response as an indication as whether the internet is working or not. I.e. status 200 good, 400 bad. If you hate Python, you will hate all code. This is not easy to learn though. It's not easy. This might be easy for people that don't have anything to do with it and they just want to learn it. But if you're trying to actually do something with it, this is not like it just puts so many mindless barriers. You have to write so much code to do something that should be straightforward. I just why do you have to jump through so many hoops? Why can't I just do a call straight out of it? Why doesn't it have something just that? I mean, I don't even understand this. Find an open API that has good documentation. You can do a quick call to it. Then you use a response. Windows has an API. Why can't I just call the Windows API? System choose def try. See, there's people here. This doesn't work though. This right. So, oh, all right, let's try it a different way. Let's take this. This shit. Answer to the language you'd be having the same program. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't be having programs whatever language. This is crap. This is because of Python. It's all Python is a demented language for people that want to make things more complicated than they need to be with no logic, no common sense in it. Space. Why? Why do they have spaces? Why do they have spaces? Why don't they just define things properly? Right. Look at all this shitty code I've had to write that does nothing. Doesn't work. None of it works, and it should be straightforward. Right. Let's try this shitty code now. See if this works. Okay. Da 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 da. How do I actually get anything out of this? How do I get a response? I don't know. Try, true. We do an if true or something like that afterwards. What do we do? You know, this try blah blah blah. I mean, can we actually do anything with these? Return false. Is it is it a job of if true, and then you have to call that somewhere, don't you? So I don't know. Is it if internet? Of course, everything is case sensitive, which makes so much sense. All it does is needlessly complicate things. True? I don't know. Is this it? No? Print. I mean, is this logical? Is this the way it's meant to be? Oh, sorry, I forgot. 4 spaces. In we go. Print connected. Oh no, it's got to be. Oh, 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 oh. Let's put that up there. I hate this. Else, lowercase, of course. Else, print. Yeah, right, okay. Let's try that. So, start debugging. Oh, is it launch with errors? Yes. What have I done wrong? Yeah, because there's an if. It doesn't make so that doesn't work that way. So how do you actually use this? What is the point of this thing? How do you bloody use it? Because it seems they tell me 10 different ways and none of them ever fucking work. I hate this. I absolutely hate this. It's driving me nuts, this. Print and test. Oh, if it's not equal, oh yeah, because you have to put two equals. I forgot about that. Right, let's try that again. Thank you, Graham. Uh, right, equals true. Here we go. Run code analysis, test. Start. No, still got a syntax error somewhere. Missing. Oh, missed that on this. Blah, 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 blah. Right. Run the code. Ding, da, 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 da. Oh. Module not found URL lib2 because that must be something because obviously it's so fucking revolutionary that you'd want to actually read something out. You'd have to import this other version of the thing. Cannot do it with the normal one? Is the one that I do have? Is that no good? Can that not do it? Let's try. Oh, good. So now it's telling me again. It's still saying buggered. So it's saying it's not connected. So just to give you a clue, it's not connected when it is connected. Otherwise, unless I'm not connected. No, I'm connected. Um, It doesn't work. It does not work. It's as simple as that. This is shite. It's useless. It is beneath my contempt. I'm going to try it one more time, just going straight. Yeah, it don't work. It just does not want to see. Hang on. Except that's got the wrong thing. So let's try that again. Yeah, it still says buggered. So that's marvelous. So it's never going to actually see that it's connected. I don't understand this. It makes no sense. This is useless. Useless. Rubbish. Rubbish. Uh, if internet on then equals true, it's a function. Print at the bottom needs bracket. Yeah. You need to install it with pip. How do I install it with pip? I mean, honestly, what do I do? Pip. Fucking pip. Okay. Pip. Pip. Um, Pip, the guy they don't talk about anymore in South Park. Pip install. How the fuck do I do it? Uh, Pip install pip. Yeah. What is pip? Python is. Starting with pip. Why doesn't it just do this out the box? Standard package manager for Python. Why doesn't it install the standard then? Manage pressure standards. This is installing files, finding packages. Pip. What pip is a package? Pip is so important. It's been included with Python. The concept shell. Unless you installed an old version of Python. Oh, it should be ready to use. You can verify run the following command in your console. Alright, can I do that down at the bottom here? Let's have a look. See what this shit was going to tell me. Right. Here's my shell down here, isn't it? No, where's the shell? Neither of these things are the shell. Toolbox, no. Fuck off. Right. Shell, shell, shell. Oh, what's it doing now? Oh, makes me want to eat my own face. Shell. Oh. Shell, shell tools, Android shell. Give me a fucking shell. Shell, shell. Code analysis, debug. Shell, shell, shell. You yeah. Yeah, your URL lib2 doesn't work either. So I was going to try it. Have you tried the packages in Nugget? I don't know where any of these things are. This is so Nugget packaging. Where is it? Shell, Nugget? I don't know. I don't know. Fucking the whole thing's a fucking Nugget as far as I'm concerned at the minute. IntelliSense. No IntelliSense in this. Right. View. Server Explorer. Git change. So one of these is Shell. Terminal. That might be a Shell. Or is it going to give me like a bloody VT100 terminal now? Ah, right. This is Shell. Right. PowerShell. Okay. Alright. Okay. Okay. Right. I've just run pip version. I don't think this is showing. No, that is just out of screen. So I just like shrink this, become a little bit more unreadable. Yeah, still unreadable. Okay. Wow. Hang on. Is that actually blank? No. Oh, that's wonderful. I love this. So I am actually writing something into this PowerShell box, but for some reason it's not showing pip version, object not found. I give up. I honestly give up. This is fucking impossible. First of all, that shouldn't be. No, object not found. Blah, 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 blah. No, don't work. Tools, select the following. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I can't. Lib2. None of this works. None of this works. I'm not getting anywhere with this. Why does it? Why does it blank out the shell? How? Why? How could that possibly be on another layer that it doesn't want to show? Why would it? Why would they write the application to be like that? Yeah. All right. No worries, OSG. I'm about to give up anyway. That's it. That's me. Thank you for watching, everyone. I am done with Python. I am absolutely finished with it. It's dog shit. So it's a thumbs down for me on this pile of absolute crap.